Welcome back, Blade Gang. This old sword with you. And today it's time to show some love to that interesting brand, Maxace. And Maxace producing knives under both Maxace and Midnight Cat branding. Midnight Cat, they do a lot of bally songs. And under Maxace and Midnight Cat, they do some side opening folders. No autos as far as I know, but that's another matter. So each of these blades has been individually reviewed, so if you are looking for more detail and specifications and whatnot on them, and I don't cover it during this video because I do have 7 knives out here, you can look them up very easy. They should all be on the Maxace playlist on my channel. So, what I like about Maxace is the variety and their penchant for doing larger knives quite a bit of the time. So I'm just going to randomly grab a blade, talk about it a little bit, and let me know what you think in the comments. You may like the brand, you may not, or you may prefer particular models. So I'm going to jump right into probably the most impressive blade of the lot. This is the Sandstorm K. This is a knife that they turned out for, I think, right around 100. It's based on a high-end model, an M390, that's going for like $300 or more. And they've got, I think, the Sandstorm 2 out now for like 400. So yeah, those are way up there. This, however, for the money, we have a 4.2 inch blade, overall well over 9 inches, a heavier knife. Comes with a locking mechanism. When you turn it, it locks the liner. Turns fairly easily, but so far I haven't accidentally turned it, but that's not exactly disastrous, just means that the liner will be locked, right? Pretty thick liners on this, good engagement, maybe 25% or so on the lockup. Drop shutty, heavy blade with giant, easily accessible thumb studs. You may feel they're even a little too large, but definitely impressive. They're like little round pyramids. There's your Sandstorm K. It is called K. Many of these are because it is out of Bowler K110, which is a higher end D2 basically. This has a nicely sculpted G10 handle, wide open construction. Most of their knives are not deep carry pocket clips, and in my own opinion, they probably could have done a little better job with all their pocket clips, but you know, they work, and they got a good amount of tension on them, I think. Well, these are steel, not titanium. Some of the other models do have titanium. But this is a handful of a knife, really amazing. And because we're talking large knives and Maxace, let me jump next to the Goliath, which is a 4.3 inch blade. It outdoes the Sandstorm K by just a little bit. It also is of Bowler K110, and it also has a more expensive counterpart. Back out a little here. This comes in 3 or 4 models. This one happens to be the brown canvas micarta with a titanium bolster, and probably a steel. No, see, now with this one they went titanium on the pocket clip. Very interesting. And on the hardware, yeah, the hardware is steel. Beautiful drop shutty knife. Very slicey, high grind on the blade. Ample thickness out to the point. Ergo's very nice with a contoured handle. And we've got 3 barrel spacers there. No provision for a lanyard. But it's just a very satisfying large knife if you're looking for a big slicer. This is it. Locks up tight. Pretty good jimping. Not cut too deeply though, and not too aggressive. That is the Goliath 2. They did have a Goliath. This one's slightly different blade shape than the original. Okay, we'll get into some of the more normal size. Here's one that needs a little love. This is the Lanier or Lanier. Oh, Lanius, sorry about that. Hard keeping all the names straight. This one I'm not sure they even make anymore. I just felt it interesting. Came in at a good price. I think 40 or 50, something like that. It's got a steel handle. And this one has really nice micarta, brown micarta inserts, inlays that is, throughout the handle on both sides. It's got a two-tone blade with satin finish on the flats and like a DLC coating, actually kind of a black stonewash, excuse me, on the other surfaces. And we've got a carbon fiber inlay on the blade on both sides. Nice choke up, finger choil on the blade. Very sharp edge, very piercy, what some might call a reverse Tonto because of that quick cant. I'd call it just kind of basically a drop point. It's the smallest knife that I have on the table here, and yet still flat, plenty of hand to plenty of a handful. That is a steel backspacer near the pommel. It's got a cutout for a lanyard, kind of an extension. And that is the Lanius, Maxace Lanius. This is in Sandvik steel, 14C 28N. Really a nice knife, I mean, for the money. Even give you that little landing platform there, that groove that Todd Knife and Tool likes to put on their Bestex and Wii designs. So that's the Lanius. How about this guy here? The Samurai. This comes in several handle colors. The white kind of impressed me, and it might have been the only one available at the time. It's got your traditional Tonto style blade. It is again in Bowler K110. Beautiful grind of the blade. Very traditional Tonto, but with kind of a swedge on the top. And when I'm talking traditional Tonto, I'm not talking chisel point, Americanized Tonto. Nothing wrong with that, but this is more of a traditional looking Japanese design blade. Very comfortable ergonomic handle. Got a nice lanyard hole there for those that like that. Liner lock, very smooth. Thumb studs only on this one, but it fires right out. Nice blue pivot surrounds. Just overall, I mean, this is a 3.9 inch blade, right? Got plenty of blade, plenty of handle. Not as large as the Goliath or the Sandstorm. Okay, here's another unusual one. And I can't think of what the cost on this was, but I think it was somewhere around 100. This is an aluminum frame M390 blade. Beautiful recurve, drop point. Very closely machined file-like jimping that's not particularly aggressive because it is so close together. It's interesting. I mean, picks up my thumbnail very easily, but I would say it's good enough, you know, as far as jimping goes. The handle is, so the clip is titanium. The locking bar is steel. Very interesting. Definitely got a magnetic signature to it. We've got white G10 and a blue anodized aluminum. This may come in one other color as well. I'm not sure. I think it comes in a black and a red for the aluminum. Got a slot cut in the back with jimping here. Just a very interesting design. I noticed on this one, so it's a front flipper, right? I noticed on this one I get just a little bit of lock stick. It's not annoying, but it's there. And that could be because this is steel and the blade is steel of different sorts. I'm not sure. Or it could just be the way it's tuned. Only slight fault I found with that one, but a great price for M390. And this is the Kestrel, if I didn't mention that. As with a bird of prey. And a good length. Coming up on 4 inches with this one as well. Okay, Maxace Kestrel. And let's jump to the Ranger. Maxace Ranger. This one is in a steel called XW42. I believe that's close to a 440. You can look it up. I go to Knife Steel Compositions, which is a great free app for iOS as well as Android. This one has a olive green G10. Nice robust liners, smooth action, flipper, and a very long blade. Fair amount over 4. Let's measure this one just so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this one comes in at like 4 1/4 with a overall length of the knife of 9 1/4. Didn't look that large when I ordered it from White Mountain. By the way, a good number of these, if not all of these Maxace knives do come from White Mountain. He's got a good inventory of Maxace, gets the new ones as they come in. Here we have a kind of a brick red G10 backspacer. Not a deep carry clip at all. But you know, all the clips are strong. They may not be the most high style clips in the world, but you know, and I think these knives are coming in around 40. Nice lockup. Very solid, very piercy recurve with a gray Cerakote on it. If it is Cerakote, DLC or Cerakote, I'm not sure. No jimping, but you do have a swale there for your thumb. Long handle, plenty left over. Works well in either position. So that is the Maxace Ranger. And we got one left. It's one of my favorites. Very smooth. And we'll call it an Axis lock because they don't have their own name for it. But now that the Axis lock from Benchmade is off the copyright, you'll see a number of companies doing their version. You got the Able lock from Hogue and so forth. This is a really nice brown, I would call it a canvas micarta, very nicely machined. I think I darkened this with a little bit of oil because it had kind of that light dark look to it. You can see a little bit of it coming in there. Clip is steel. Let me double check that. Hard to check it with the blade that's closed. Yeah, that's a steel clip. Blade on this one is also K110. This is the Heron K. So we got a couple of bird names here. We've got the Kestrel and we've got the Heron. Nice tapered handle. It's comfortable. I would say the ergos are very good on it. It's a flat handle, maybe a little over a ½ inch. Very smooth, easy close and open. I mean, this will flick open, or you can thumb roll it open. Okay, so I like this one. It's light. Probably the only other one that's lighter is the Kestrel. The Ranger, the Lanius. Maybe we'll stick the Lanius over here for our final shot. Sandstorm K, Goliath, and I need to back out a little bit here. Got the Goliath and we've got the Samurai. And there are other models out there of Maxace. Also check out their Bally's, Midnight Cat Bally's. But that's the Maxace collection, I think -1. I didn't put the Corvus K in here, but there's a review on that as well. Hope you enjoyed this. Went a little bit long because we got a lot of knives to talk about, but give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We will see you soon.